special being, welcome to another class in this journey. And today we're going to be engaging in a very, very interesting class. It is going to be short. I will try my possible to make it short. But at the end of this class, one thing you are going to learn is that you are going to learn the things you need to put in place before you engage in sex. The things you need to know before engaging in sex. The things you need to check that, oh, this checked, this checked, this double checked before you engage in any sexual activity. And the topic for today is sexual health. Sexual health. And remember, I've always said that your sexual activity is not supposed to be painful. When your sexual activity is painful, you need to see a doctor. Sexual activity should be enjoyed, not endured. Enjoy your sexual activity, not to be endured. So if your sexual intercourse is painful, if your sexual activity is painful, you need to stop having sex and a doctor see a doctor, seek help. So what we're going to be doing today in this class is to open you up to the things you need to put in place before you start having sex, so that your sexual activity will not be painful, so that you will not be struggling to enjoy sex, so that you will not be struggling to reach orgasm, so that you will not be struggling to please your partner and all that. So sexual health. What is sexual health? What is sexual health? We are going to be using World Health Organization definition. And WHO defines sexual health as a state of physical, emotional, mental, social well-being in relation to sexuality. It is not merely the absence of disease. It requires a positive and respectful approach to sexuality and sexual relationships, as well as the possibility of having pleasurable and safe sexual experiences free of coercion, discrimination, and violence. For sexual health to be attained and maintained, the sexual rights of all persons must be respected, protected, and fulfilled. You agree with me? That is a long definition, but that is everything you need to put in place before engaging in sex. You want to make sure that physically you are okay, emotionally you are okay, mentally you are okay, psychologically you are okay, spiritually you are okay. And not only that, you also want to make sure that you have a positive approach to sex. You also want to make sure that you have the right knowledge to engage in pleasurable and safe sex that is free from force, free from violence, free from discrimination. And finally, you want to make sure that your sexual rights are not violated. So I've just given you a summary of that definition. So until you are able to mark everything checked, you need to stop having sex, because your sexual health is incomplete. Yeah, so that's for that. So let us dive in. So in all, before you engage in sexual activity, you want to make sure that you are sexually okay. You want to make sure that your sexual well-being is checked. So what are the major components of sexual well-being? The major components of sexual well-being: number one, physical health is an important component of sexual welfare. Your physical health is an important component of sexual welfare. Ensure to eat healthy diet. If you want to enjoy sex, you will not eat junks. You will eat healthy diet. So even if you are not eating to lose weight, to optimize your sexual pleasure, you will eat well. You will eat well. You will eat healthy diet, and it's not going to be a one in a day thing. It's going to be a part of your life. And what you also want to do is to get regular exercise. I know when it comes to exercise now, there's this gym, my muscles, this, like, there's this unnecessary tiredness. But come on, for us to really, really enjoy sex, you must engage in exercise. You cannot, no, you cannot. You see those pelvic exercises, you will do them. You will engage in exercise. You will relax your muscles. Like, I know it is hard work and I know it is painful, but when you are giving those sounds on the bed, Nobody will say, he or she was crying during exercise. Then no, but you really need to engage in regular exercise, get sufficient sleep. Yes, get sufficient sleep, and find ways to reduce stress. Yes, if you are stressed, you will not enjoy sex. So your physical health is an important component of sexual welfare. Practice safe sex. Yes, by using protection and limit the number of sexual partners. Body count is not something you should be proud of. What's the body count? 10, 5. Like, and you are proud. You are, can you see? It just shows that you are not responsible. It just shows that you are not sexually responsible. Why do you have multiple sexual partners? Why are you engaging in unhealthy sexual activity? Why are you not engaging in safe sex? Why are you not scared for your life? Are you not scared for your life? Another thing also is that good physical health contribute to better sexual partner. Will good physical health contribute to better sexual pleasure with your partner? Yes, when your physical health is checked, you are physically fit, you eat well, you engage in exercise, you are not stressed, you engage in personal hygiene, your self-care routine game is top notch. You will enjoy sex with your partner. Another thing is emotional. You want to be sure that you are an emotionally sane being. A sexual being needs to be emotionally stable and secure to enjoy sex and make it pleasurable. So you want to make sure that you are emotionally safe, you are emotionally secure, you are emotionally stable for yourself and for your partner, because emotional stability can be achieved through proper communication. Yes, you need to talk. You need to be able to engage in open conversation. You need to be able to communicate with your partner, engage in conversation, talk about everything. Talk about everything related to sexuality, relating to sexual health, relating to everything, not just penis entry vagina, but everything from birth control to vasectomy. Talk to your partner, engage in proper communication, like turn the books upside down, talk, communicate. And people are not talking, but you really need to communicate, because it in a way stabilizes your emotional health. Yeah. Another thing is you need to be self-aware. Emotional stability can be achieved through self-awareness. I've been saying it from the beginning of this journey, that you need to know who you are sexually. You need to know your sexual values. You need to know what influences your sexual decisions. Know yourself sexually. Don't just live by what your favorite influencer is saying on social media. Don't just live by what you're hearing people say on social media. What are you telling yourself? Listen to what your body is saying to you. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your thoughts. Think about what you are thinking about. Understand your feelings. Understand your emotions. Understand your desires. Understand your urges. Understand your body. And that thing you also want to do that can help your emotional health to be stable is to develop a trusting and open relationship with your partner. Develop a trusting and open relationship with your partner. You don't want to be doing a guess game, is my partner cheating or not? Well, like, it is stressful now. It is very, when your emotional health is not sane, it is very, very stressful. Very, very stressful. And that thing you also want to do is to be aware of your emotional triggers. What triggers you emotionally? Be aware of it and know how to manage them. So number 3, psychological health. You want to have a positive approach to sex. You want to have a positive approach to sex. I already did a teaching on sex positivity. If you've not seen that, you need to go back and watch it to have a better understanding of this point. Because if you always believe that sex is bad, sex is rubbish, sex will destroy your destiny, you can never enjoy sex. When you have a negative mindset towards sex, you can never enjoy sex. Never. So you want to have a positive outlook on sex and have a healthy attitude towards it. Number 4, intellectual. You need to have a good understanding of the anatomy, physiology and psychology of sex to enjoy it and make it pleasurable for your partner. If you are a guy, you want to know about your body, the anatomy. You want to know about your your sexual organs, and not just your sexual organs, you also want to know about your partner's sexual organs. Yes, because how will you be able to please something you have no knowledge about? So even as you are searching about and researching about your own sexual organs, your body, you also want to be knowledgeable about your partner's body, your partner's sexual organs, your partner's erogenous zone, and all that. And also, you want to know how to properly use contraception and how to prevent STDs. You want to be knowledgeable about sex. You want to be knowledgeable about sex. Another thing is you understand the role of communication in sex. Being able to communicate your wants, desires, and needs to your partner can help to enhance the sexual experience for both parties and can help to build trust and intimacy in relationships. So be able to talk to your partner. Okay, this is what I want. This is how I love being touched. This is what you've been doing that you need to stop doing. This is what you've not been doing that you need to start doing. This is what you've been doing that you need to improve on. Have that conversation with your partner. Communicate. Don't cover mouth. Like, have that beautiful conversation with your partner and all that. Also, having an understanding of consent when engaging in sexual activity. Yes, then to the final thing, spiritual. This is very, very important. I did the teaching on sexuality and spirituality. So before you engage in sex and all that, you want to know who you are as a spiritual being. Yes, because real spiritual beings don't engage in sexual activities anyhow. No, they don't. Real spirit. I'm not saying Christians. I'm not saying Christians now. Real spiritual beings, irrespective of your religion, do not engage in sexual activity anyhow because they have an understanding of the sacredness of sex and they respect it. They understand that sex is sacred. They understand that you shouldn't have sex with just anybody. Real spiritual beings do not believe in casual sex. No, they don't. Real spiritual beings believe in energy transfer. They believe in what sex can hinder you from achieving. They do. Real spiritual beings, they have a sacred understanding of sex and they respect the importance of sex. They understand the interconnectedness that sex does to two people, how sex brings people together, how sex binds two people together. And they understand that they do not want to distribute various parts of themselves to different people. So as a sexual being, you want to get your spiritual self right. You want to be spiritually aware. You want to have your belief, your values, and your attitude intact before you engage in sexual activity. So don't listen to anybody telling you sex and spirituality should not be together. No, before you engage in sexual activity, you want to get your spiritual self right, because real spiritual beings do not engage in sex anyhow. They do not engage in casual sex. They don't, because they have an understanding of the sacredness of sex. They have an understanding of retention of energy. They have an understanding of transmutation of energy, which is a conversation on its own, which is another conversation entirely. Sex and energy transfer, energy transmutation, and all that. So finally, understanding these 5 different components will help you to have and achieve a more fulfilling and satisfying sex life. Yes, it will help you to achieve a more fulfilling and satisfying sex life. Remember, I've already said my being here is not for you, it's not just for you to be able to make sexual decisions, but for you to be able to enjoy sex with your partner. What are the key conceptual elements of sexual health? Number one, well-being, just like I have did with the 5 components of sexual well-being. Number two, involves respect, safety, and freedom from discrimination and violence. Yes. Number three, depends on the fulfillment of certain human rights. You don't want to be violating human rights because you want to engage in a sexual activity. Number four, relevant throughout the individual's lifespan. Your sexual health is relevant as a toddler, as a preteen, as a teenager, as a youth, as someone in middle age, and as an old person. So sexual health is not limited to just youth or teenagers alone. It spans through different phases of life. Even pregnant women, you want to be double, you want to be intentional about your sexual health twice. Like teen mothers, you want to be intentional about your sexual health twice as much, and all that. Another thing is that it is expressed through diverse sexualities and forms of sexual expressions. Another thing is that it is critically influenced by gender norms, roles, and expectations of power dynamics. So sexual health speaks to different things. It speaks to different things. So I wish above every other thing that you prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. So sexually, I want you to prosper and be in good health. And one of the ways to prosper is to have good information, have healthy information, know your rights, your responsibilities, your values, your boundaries, your body autonomy, your consent, and everything. See a gynecologist as a female, have an urologist as a male. Be intentional, because when sex is painful, it is not sex. Sex is not meant to be painful. You are meant to enjoy and not endure sex. We have come to the end of this class, and I believe you learned something. Thank you for listening to this very point. I love you.